This is a breathing practice. In yoga it's called pranayama, and it's a 3-part practice. So we're going to start by settling into a comfortable seated position. Straight spine, shoulders relaxed. It is also possible to do this practice lying on the floor with your knees bent and the soles of your feet on the floor. Start by settling into your normal breathing pattern. So just tune into your breath. If you like to close your eyes, that's completely fine. You probably notice as you pay attention to the breath, it becomes a little deeper, slower, smoother, and that's what we're hoping will happen. And then part 1 of this 3-part practice is to breathe into your abdomen. So you can place a hand on your belly, and as you breathe in, feel the expansion, and as you breathe out, feel your hand move back. So slow, deep in-breath, aiming to breathe into the belly, breathing out, letting the belly move back in. This movement should feel quite expansive, and you notice that there is a substantial capacity for the lungs to expand, the diaphragm to push downwards and cause your abdomen to rise and fall. The second part of this practice is to place your hands on your rib cage and perhaps let your fingertips meet in the middle. And then as you breathe into your chest, you can feel your hands separate, and as you breathe out, fingertips will come back together. The rib cage expands both forwards and sideways as we are aware of the expansion of the lungs in the chest. Keeping your awareness with the flow of the in-breath and the out-breath. And the final part of the practice is to breathe into the top of your chest, sort of where your collarbones are. Breathing in to the top of the chest and breathing out. Perhaps a more subtle movement, but you can still feel, and you can probably see in my hands and fingers, the in-breath and the out-breath directed into the upper chest. And if we're sitting not doing very much at our desk or watching the telly, quite often the breath, the resting breath, is not getting much further than this top part of our lungs. It may be that that's all you want to do, is practice those three components: abdomen, ribs and upper chest. If you want to put all three together, we're going to breathe about a third of the in-breath into the abdomen, next third into the ribs, last third almost topping up, if you like, the lungs to the top, and emptying in the same order. Belly first, rib cage second, and upper chest third. So let's try that. You have to guesstimate about a third, and a third. And it really doesn't matter if you don't quite get the proportions correct. So let's breathe into the abdomen, into the chest, into the upper lungs, out of the abdomen, out of the ribs, out of the upper chest. Should feel quite expansive, both on the way in and on the way out. We don't want to be straining, gasping, overdoing it. Simply guiding the breath from the bottom to the top as we breathe in, and emptying from the bottom to the top as we breathe out. I'm sure you can all visualize the skeleton, the lungs, the movement. You can feel it as you breathe in and breathe out. Steady, gentle, long, smooth in, and the same on the out breath. So this video will be about 10 minutes, and that is a good period of time to practice breathing, conscious breathing. The options are to stick with abdomen, chest, upper chest separately, or combine them, a third, a third, a third. When you think you've done sufficient rounds of breathing, let natural, normal breathing return to normal for a few breaths. Notice how that feels, and bring your practice to a close.